Welcome back to Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be going through the top 3 LEGO themes that I have the most money invested in. And we'll actually be going by the amount of sets that I have in that theme. So the number 3 most invested in LEGO theme that I invest in is the LEGO Mario theme. And we have quite a few sets from that theme, including the Bowser Jr.'s Clown Car, the Character Pack Series 5 Random Box, both of which have already retired and have ended up being pretty good investments. And then next up we have the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter set, which has gone up by about 12%. Then next up we have the Fuzzy and Mushroom Platform set. So I was able to get 2 of these, and they were gift with purchase sets. They are worth about $8 now, which is a pretty great return on investment for there. Next up we have the Character Pack Series 3 Random Bag, which has gone up in value by about 27%. Then we have the Adventures with Mario set number 71360, which has gone up, which hasn't retired yet, but I think should be retiring fairly soon. Then next up we have one of my top performing investments in all, with the Fire Mario Power Up Pack set, which has gone up in value by 349.1%. Then here we have the stats for the theme Super Mario in general, and you can see that I've gotten about a 51% return on investment ROI-wise from the LEGO Super Mario theme. Next up, we'll go to the second most invested in theme I have, which is the LEGO Harry Potter theme. First up we have the Hogwarts Polyjuice Potion Mistake, which retails for $20, and I think that this set, once it does retire, will end up being a pretty great investment, mostly because it's got the golden Harry Potter minifigure in it, which I think will help increase its value by a good margin. Next up we have the Hagrid's Hut Buckbeak's Rescue set, which has retired and has gone up in value by about 28.3%. Next up, we have the Night Bus set, which has gone up in value by about 38.1%. And next up, we have the Expecto Patronum set, which has gone up in value by a pretty good margin of 69.7%. And next up, we have the biggest LEGO set in my LEGO collection, the Hogwarts Castle set, which is currently worth $470. I was able to get it for $400, which is what it retailed before, but then LEGO increased the price of it. So I do think that the set, once it does retire, will do really well once it does retire and go up in value by a good margin. Next up, we have the Hogwarts Great Hall, which has gone up in value by about 37.5%. Then we have the Hogwarts Express set, and thankfully I was able to get this one on sale because it hasn't ended up being an amazing investment, but it's still above what I paid for it by about 16.7%. Next up, we have the Hogwarts Whomping Willow set, which has gone up in value by about 39%. Then we have the best performing LEGO Harry Potter set in my collection of the LEGO Aragog's Lair set, which has gone up in value by 162%. Here are the stats for the LEGO Harry Potter theme in general. The retired sets have gone up in value on average by about 88.89%, and the current value about 37.5%, which is pretty good. Next up, we'll go to the theme I have invested in the most, the LEGO Star Wars theme. We'll go a little bit quickly. We'll kind of go pretty quick through these, but I'll be giving a brief overview. So we have the Razor Crest Microfighter set, which has gone up in value by about 26.2%. Next up, we have the Clone Trooper Commander Station set, which has gone up in value by like 66.5%, which is pretty great since it hasn't even been retired for too long. Next up, we have the Defensive Hoth set, which should be retiring soon, according to Brick Economy. Then we have the Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Fighter, which is in the same camp as the retiring soon Defensive Hoth set. Then next up, we have the Trouble on Tatooine set, which unfortunately has gone down in value, which is like one of the few sets in my collection that have, but it has gone down in value by about 3.3%. But I think it will eventually get past MSRP. It might just take a little while longer. Next up, we have the AT-AT versus Tanatom Microfighter set, which has gone up in value by about 25.3%. Then we have the Millennium Falcon Microfighter set, which has gone up in value by about 86%. Then the AT-AT, which is going to be retiring soon. Then we have the Stormtrooper Helmet set, which has gone up in value from about $46. I believe I bought it for $48. And it's currently worth about $155, which is a 222.8% return on investment, which is really amazing. Next up, we have the Armored Assault Tank, the AAT, which has gone up in value by about 40%. Next up, we have the 501st Legion Clone Troopers Battle Pack, which has gone up in value by about 62%. Then we have Anakin's Jedi Interceptor set, which has gone up in value by 191.3%. Then we have the Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder set, which has gone up in value by about 63%, which is pretty good. Next up, we have the Duel on Mustafar set, which has gone up in value by about 141%. Then we have Obi-Wan's Hut, which has gone up in value by about 33%. Then we have the Sith Troopers Battle Pack and the Mandalorian Battle Pack, which has gone up in value by about like 57% for each of them. And next up, we have the Lego Snowspeeder set here, which has gone up in value by about 39.9%. Then we have the Yoda figure here, which has gone up in value by about 29.1%. Then we have the Slave 1 20th Anniversary set, which has gone up in value by 103%, which is really amazing. Then we have the Action Battle Echo Base Defense set, which has gone up in value by about 35%. Then we have the Anakin's Pod Racer 20th Anniversary Edition, which has gone up in value by about 92%. I have 4 of those in my collection, so I'm glad I got a bunch of those in my collection. And next up, we have the Hoth Generator Attack set, which has gone up in value by about 25%. Next up, we have the Action Battle Endor Assault set, which has gone up in value by about 31.3%. Then we have the Death Star Cannon set, which has gone up in value by about 33.3%. And then finally, the Imperial Dropship 20th Anniversary Edition, which has gone up in value by about 168.2%. Here's the stats for the Lego Star Wars theme in general. It's, as you can see, it is far and away the biggest theme I have invested in with the most amount of money, being at its current value of about $3,200, which is pretty great for one Lego theme. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions.